What's going on? What's going on? You know what time it is. Hit that like and subscribe button. We got to talk about this first half, y'all. Let's go. BirdCage. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, everybody? You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. I hope you had your pretzels, your schnitzengruvens, and also your beer, if you already know. Shout out to my man Demond in the chat. We Talk Hawks TV. Y'all check out last night's incredible performance from the Atlanta Hawks with my man We Talk Hawks TV. But let's keep this a buck, folks. We're up 14-13. There are some critical things that probably we should honestly be up 21-13 right now. Let's just be honest. Bad clock management so far. And here's something that I noticed that Penix did. Kyle Pitts had a critical drop early in the game. Pitts literally caught the wrath of Michael Penix Jr. Are we seeing our quarterback grow up in front of us right now? Because he's holding his tight end accountable. He's also holding his offensive coordinator accountable. Because if you remember, we had to burn a timeout because everything honestly should have been flowing. But I gotta give it to Penix or whatnot because he's definitely stepping up in this game. Got hit, turnover, wasn't on him. But you know what? The Falcons responded back. We scored with Tyler Algier. Then you get Drake London. This is the issue, as I said before. The defense is playing lights out. We had a couple of brain farts in the first half, but let's just keep this honest, man. You're still seeing a team fighting like hell with incompetence. You're seeing that. But I can't be mad because they're playing their asses off right now, period. That's just what it is. And when you look at how the Falcons have conducted this first half, it's been kind of surgical. I'm going to go ahead and pull up these numbers for you. We pretty much literally have 11 first down to their 13. 6 of those have been passing first downs. 4 have been rushing. The passing game has been clicking because we've been throwing deep and actually shortening up the passing concepts. If you look at it, we've been running better routes to where Penix can get that ball out a hell of a lot quicker than he has been the past couple of weeks. And you're seeing that it's working. We've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. If you really want to sit back and look at it, we've got to get better on third down. We're 0 for 3 on third down efficiency. That has to stop. We can't keep getting too many 3-and-outs at this point. That's all I can say. And at this point, the third down situation has to get better because if we want this defense to not be so tired in the ball game, you have to be able to sustain drives. They're playing lights out right now. Caden Ellis made a great play right before the half. Daniel Jones was starting to get some momentum. Caden Ellis comes in, sacks him, takes them out of a situation where they possibly could have drove to get points before the half with their kicker. Their kickers missed two field goals in this ball game. Thank goodness. But it seems like the Falcons aren't the only ones that are struggling with special teams either. Now, the one thing that I have an issue with, why the hell are we waiting so long to put Peter Woods in the game? Peter Woods should have been in this game since 2 games ago. J.D. Bertrand literally got little boyed in this ball game just now. Let's call a spade a spade. There was a play where we rushed Bowman and another outside linebacker on the blitz, and they had Daniel Jones dead to rights. He throws it. Tyler Warren, hell of a player, makes a great play, and unfortunately bullies J.D. Bertrand. This is my issue. Peter Wood should have been in from the start. If you notice, it's a difference with that middle linebacker spot. We're not getting gashed. We're not having a lot of people come underneath because you have to respect Peter Woods as a ball player. He's able to tackle. He's able to see things that Bertrand just isn't. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, right now, Bijan is making some plays, but they're keying in on Bijan this game. He's making some plays here and there, but let's just be real. I said this earlier this week. This has got to be a Tyler Algier game. They don't want to tackle him at all. We are running through their defense like a hot knife through butter when he's in the game and he's getting touches. They're trying to step down, but they still can't stop him. He's still falling forward. My thing is, if we're going to use Bijan, let's use him in the passing game and let's let him get out into space, because they're crashing down in the gaps and they're not giving him a chance to run to the outside. That's my thing. And the crazy thing that kills me is this. Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson are allergic to timeouts. You have to reset with everything that we have going. You have momentum. You've got to keep the momentum. If something is not right, call a timeout, reset. It's nothing against the rule. Get this thing right. Now, I got to also talk about Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates apparently has heard everybody. He's tired of hearing the fact that he's lost in the shuffle and lost in the sauce because of the rookies. Well, you had a rookie to make a huge mistake today with Xavier Watts and also D. Alford, the veteran. D doesn't get a hand on the guy, that kid Pierce, that gentleman Pierce, when he's pretty much running that post route. And whether if it was a cover two or whether it was a man under coverage, I don't know. But you have to throw the timing of that route off, because Pierce is a guy that can gut you at anywhere on the field if you allow him to. Pierce is a damn good receiver. Now, you can't let him get going. You just can't. They got to the end zone. They're able to move the ball. We're able to keep them out of the end zone, which is great. So shout out to the defense, but the offense, I just love the fact that Penix has stepped up. He got in his offensive coordinator's face. And if you looked at it, he wasn't happy. He got in Kyle Pitts' face. He wasn't happy. In other words, he's holding guys accountable. So at this point, you've got to hold this team accountable. It's beautiful to see. We finally got somebody that's a leader. Now, the other thing is the Colts, let's just be honest. The Colts have shot themselves in the foot in this game a few times, and I'm okay with that. Finally, we have somebody else that's doing something that is throwing everything off. What we do, keep generating pressure. We're not getting any holding calls, but you still keep the pressure coming. Stay on Daniel Jones, because you keep hitting him, he quits. He's one of those guys that literally quits when it gets hard. Go back to his New York Giant days. This right here is a game where you're not going to stop Jonathan Taylor. We're slowing him down, but we're not stopping him. We're going to give up runs here and there because he's just a dynamic player, just like Bijan is. They're going to get theirs. But to keep him out of the end zone, that is something that we're going to really have to work on in the second half. But I like the fact that we're tackling a little bit better. We still are missing too many tackles. We're not engaging. We're not as physical. This is the thing. You got to stop being like Muhammad Ali, dancing and trying to win with points and just popping. You got to get aggressive like a Mike Tyson, or you got to get aggressive like an Evander Holyfield. You got to get in there, get dirty, get nasty, and you just got to go all out. You can't hope that the refs are going to give you something. Just like in a boxing match, you got to go take it. Like Marvin Hagler said, these are my judges. Guess what? Your judges are pretty much those shoulder pads, that helmet, and you coming up and you just pretty much knocking jock straps loose. That is what you have to do. Physicality has to win this game, because if you notice, when you start beating on them, they don't want it. Indy's a good team, but physicality is something I'm not seeing from them. When you beat on them, you see that their will is starting to dwindle. You see that. It's just like a boxing match. You hit somebody hard enough, you know what their heart is like. Are they going to keep coming at you, or are they going to start to slowly fold and crumble? Atlanta has to finish this ball game. We started this game great, but finishing the ball game is what it is. I'm just going to keep it real with you folks. Even if we win this game, I'm still not going to be satisfied or happy, because we got a long road to hoe. It'll be some great talking points, and some people are going to celebrate, but I can't do that, because we should be winning ball games, period. And the thing that we have to get back to is back to the basics. One game is not going to satisfy me. I need a playoff run. We need literally to make second half adjustments, finish this game, come home, and handle business against a division rival coming up the week afterwards. That is what has to happen. That is what I'm on right now. I love the fact that we're showing some fire and some energy. I love the fact that this defense is still playing their ass off. I like the fact that the offensive line, even though we're missing a couple of pieces, they're fighting like hell. They're tired of hearing me say we don't have championship depth. Okay, prove it. Prove the fact that you belong on this ball club. Prove the fact that you belong on this team. That's what I need to see from my depth on the offensive line, because I'm just going to keep it a buck with you on that. The only one that's worth the damn is Wilkinson. He had a bad game last week, but he's been holding his own. So guess what, Hinton? You literally are holding your own today. I'm going to tip my cap to you and the other backups that are out here. I got to tip my cap to you, but I need you guys to finish. I need you guys to stop allowing pressure to get back to Penix. Keep him clean, because there's way too many times that he has to bail out of the pocket because the pocket has collapsed. Indy has good defense in the secondary. The one thing you can't deny, but they are not trying to come up to hit folks. So guess what? You got to run it, Sauce Gardner. You got to run it, their safeties. You got to make things happen. I'm just going to be honest with you, folks. Jesse Bates set the tone at the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, we gave up a touchdown on that drive, on the drive or whatnot. But when he hit Jonathan Taylor and made him fumble, that right there lets you know what type of game this was going to be. So we have to finish the ball game the way we started it. You go into here, turn it into pretty much, I'm not going to be a finesse fighter. I'm coming in, I'm leaning on you, and I'm going to knock the hell out of you. And I'm going to let you know that I did it. That is how you have to finish this ball game. And the other thing that you have to see is Raheem has to be better with clock management. Kyle Pitts, hey, man, you got to get better, buddy. Too many drops this season, man. Too many drops. And that was a crucial drop that killed momentum. I'm sorry to say it, for Kyle Pitts fans out here, it is what it is. I told you, I'll praise him when he's doing well, which I've done, but damn it, I got to call him out. When you have an open look like that and Penix places that ball in your hand, you got to secure that catch and go upfield and use your talents. We talked about you needed to be used this week. You had an opportunity to make a play. Now, I think we need to go back to him to help his confidence out and get him going. But I'm going to be honest with you. If Charlie Warner's going to catch passes across the middle the way that he did, and he's going to step up and keep blocking and doing what he does, give Charlie Warner the football. You don't use him enough. And it's a shame. You think he's just a blocking tight end. For those who are Georgia Bulldog fans, we know about Charlie Warner. We know that he's got great hands. We know that he's only seen for his physicality, but he's not used for his pass catching ability and being able to pick up the tough yards. Guess what? Give him the ball. Give Penix another outlet. Start using him in the passing game and not just the blocking game. Defenses don't know what he's going to do. He's only caught 2 passes this year. You need to put the ball in his hand and give him more catches. Give him an opportunity. So at this point, we need to see what adjustments we're going to make in the second half offensively and how we're going to get this thing done, because it's still a whole second half. They're not going anywhere. They're not a bad team, but we have to finish strong and we have to keep this thing right. So I expect us to have a party line today, but the benediction still looms depending on how we finish this game. Even if we win this game, there's still a lot to unpack. And like I said, I need to see consistency. One win against the Colts team does not make consistency for me. It doesn't make me sleep well at night as a Falcon fan. But as an analyst, I have to call a spade a spade. Don't win one big game and lose 2, then win another big one. No, use this as momentum to keep going into later parts of the season and try to continue to keep your winning ways. We got to continue to keep mixing this playbook up, and we have to use our weapons. That is what needs to happen in this game. So y'all tap in with us at the end of the game for the party line or benediction, man. It's your boy, the historian. I'm out. I'll catch you then. Ghost.